Banquet setup styles. To prepare properly for a catering event, you need to be familiar with the different setup styles of the guest tables, and that's what this presentation is going to cover. The first setup style for guests to be serviced is called the theater auditorium setup. And this would take place in the theater and auditorium right before this type of event would take place, right before like a production was going to happen. And usually guests would be served like appetizers, sweets, maybe some beverages, and servers would go right in between the aisles here, and they would just offer like buffet style appetizers to the guests. Usually a full meal would never be served. Guests may not always be sitting before the production takes place. They may be mingling and standing, and everyone's kind of just walking around socializing together. This would normally not take this setup would not take place like for a lunch or for a dinner, just because it's so closed in and there's nowhere for the guests to actually, sit down and enjoy a full meal. The next setup is called the U-shaped setup, and it's exactly what it means also. It's set up just like a U. Servers would be able to go, they usually would not go in the inside of the U, they go around the outside and they service the guest. This would usually be for like a business meeting or some type of presentation, and the presenter would stand right here where my cursor is, and they would present whatever it is that they're presenting, and then everybody would kind of be eating their lunch before or after the presentation, usually before. Then we have a conference style setup, and this is like a business type meeting. It's like for a working lunch or maybe a working dinner. And everybody would be working together, and as they're working, they would actually be serviced their lunch. And the servers would just go again around the block, the square, whatever, and service the guests. The next setup is called the hollow square setup, and what's nice about this is there's so many people being serviced, but everyone can still see each other because it's set up in one big square. No one goes in the inside. That's why it's just hollow. The servers go around the outside of the square and service the guests. And this is the reason for this setup is, again, like I said, just so everyone can see each other's faces. I don't think there would be a whole lot of socializing going on across. So like this person's not going to yell across to this person. You're still going to be socializing with the people by you. And then the next setup is a classroom style setup. And this is again for like a presentation, maybe for a seminar or something like that. And usually one server would be assigned to like every 3 tables or maybe every 4 tables. And the servers would come around and service the guests, present them with their food. There's easy access to get to all the guests here, so the server wouldn't feel like they're intruding in someone's personal space or anything like that. And then we have the banquet style setup, which looks just like a wedding or a normal banquet that you're probably more used to seeing, where they have the round tables and there's like 8 to 10 people per round table, and each server is usually assigned to maybe 2, 3, 4 tables, maybe more depending on the establishment, and a full service meal would be provided here in this type of setup. Thank you.